welcome back. Just wanted to say thank you so much to everyone who subscribed to me. I hit 200 long before I thought I would, which I know isn't a lot to some people, but for me, I think that's so fucking cool. So thank you to every single one of you who subscribed and might be subscribed after this video. So some of you, maybe not, probably nobody, but one person out there might be wondering why I have not talked about the impeachment. Really, I made one video, I think, about Rand Paul talking about it being a hoax, basically, again, and I decided that it would put me in too much of a bad mood to sit there and not only watch it, but then talk about it. Like, rewatch it and rewatch it and rewatch it to make sure that, you know, the things I'm saying are accurate. It would drive me crazy. So I did not make any videos on it. But now that it's over, I have some shit to say. Trump's acquitted again. The impeachment was stupid again. It was baseless again. Trump's defense lawyer spoke to a few members of the press after did a few interviews, and he told them that his family, his business, and his home are all under siege right now.
President, there are reports your house was graffitied.
My home was attacked. I'd rather not go into that. To answer your question, my entire family, my business, my law firm are under siege right now.
Isn't it kind of ironic that the Democrats are mad at Trump for violence that he was not directly involved in, but they're gonna harass this guy's family, home, and business? Democrats are dark people. They really hate anybody associated with Trump. He really just went at the media, and he said he's apolitical, but could blatantly see that the media is fucking crazy. He called him out for trying to set a narrative. He called him out for the personal attacks that were set against him suddenly for simply being hired to do a job.
And it was very difficult down here because it's so partisan, it's so political. The media was very unkind to us. I mean, I can't tell you how many names I was called and how many different papers or media outlets. And, you know, I'm just a working guy and trying to do the best we can every day at the job that we're blessed to be able to do.
There was completely made up, doctored evidence that was used in the trial, and no Democrats have been really asked, hey, what was that about? When the defense lawyer was asked about this by a reporter, he went off. Within her question, not only was she condescending, she tried to downplay the severity of falsifying evidence in an impeachment trial against the president or former president of the United States. That's a big deal, but because it's Democrats, because it's against Trump, I guess no one's gonna say shit. The defense lawyer went off and eventually pulled his mic off, which good for him, good for him.
What you're talking about now is a check mark. That's a verification on Twitter that did not exist on that particular tweet. A 2020 that should have actually read 2021, and the selective editing, you say, of the tapes. Is that the doctored evidence of what you're speaking?
Wait, that's not enough for you? That's not enough for you?
Wait, no,
sir,
no. I'm trying.
Listen,
I am not a juror.
The media has to start telling the right story in this country. The media is trying to divide this country. You are bloodthirsty for ratings, and as such, you're asking questions now that are already set up with a fact pattern. I can't believe you would ask me a question indicating that it's all right just to doctor a little bit of evidence. There's more stuff that we uncovered one of the reasons why they do it is because of the media. Because the media wants to tell their narrative rather than just telling it like it is. And frankly, I'm tired of it. I'm not truth.
I will remind you that what I said was that for our viewers who have not been following all of the hours of this trial, to be clear about what you are speaking about. And I understand
I'm speaking
that you
about
seem
the House
very
manager's
upset.
failure to prove their case. That's what I'm telling
And
you. They
you have
weren't able to
won
prove their
the
case.
acquittal. You have won the acquittal of your client.
Yes,
and if
I
you'd like
did.
to continue to talk about this conversation, we can have that discussion.
I don't need to.
But for me to ask a question, to clarify for our viewers
a slanted question that was set up to say it's okay for them to cheat. That was your question. Isn't it okay for them to cheat?
I didn't say that.
It's just a little bit. You said, to be fair, it was only a check on the Twitter. That's what you said. You got to live by your words. That's the problem. The media has to start living by the truth and not try to create a narrative.
Michael Van Der Veen,
Yep.
thank you for joining us. I do appreciate.
Yep.
Okay. I see you taking off your microphone now.
Journalism doesn't exist anymore, and it hasn't for a while. Nothing is based on facts, merely opinion. Merely opinion. And even those opinions aren't based on anything anymore. After the election, I really didn't think I would be for him running again in 2024, but fuck it. Fuck it. I'm down. I would love to see him run again, possibly win again, and drive liberals crazy. Might send some of them over the edge, because look at how they're acting when he's not even there. He left, and they still are obsessing. All my time paying attention to politics, I have never seen Nancy Pelosi have so much energy. Who knew she could move that quick?
And that's everybody off the hook. Oh, these cowardly senators who couldn't face up to what the president did and what was at stake for our country.
Maybe she took her B12 on this day, I don't know. Or it was just the pure rage coursing through her veins that gave her all this energy. Nancy Pelosi is pissed, to put it lightly. I don't know why she ever thought that she would have the votes to convict Trump. Like, I must have missed something in there. I know she was able to sway, well, I shouldn't say she, but I know that Democrats, someone, you know, who's controlling us, you know, little puppeteers, they obviously paid off some of the Republicans, because Alaska, Louisiana, North Carolina, it just makes me feel like deals were made behind the scenes. Like, that's just what I got from it, because she seemed mad. I feel like more people maybe promised that they would vote to convict him and didn't, because she did not seem like she was expecting this. Never seen her this mad. She really went off. She came after Mitch McConnell.
Mitch McConnell.
She's coming at him on Twitter, which Nancy Pelosi, like, I don't know, she's kind of subtle on Twitter normally, and she called him out, or she thinks she did. Mitch McConnell can suck it, by the way. I'm not even going to show anything Mitch McConnell said. You can look it up yourself. I'm not going to give that dickhead any of my time. He has no place in my videos. In fact, I've already talked about him too much. Again, in my time, personally, paying attention to politics, I've never seen Nancy Pelosi act based on good merit. It's always been for political reasons, or because it's against somebody, or because she's angry. Everything she says is just so hateful and bitter, and there's no way she's a happy person. She's got to be miserable. Her husband's got to be miserable. So flip-flopping rhino Lindsey Graham went on Chris Wallace and made it clear that he thinks that Trump is the future of the Republican Party, which I actually agree with that. Do I think he actually believes it? Maybe to get reelected, he believes it. Maybe he thinks, you know, that's a good strategy. Use Trump again.
You know, he's ready to move on and rebuild the Republican Party. He's excited about 2022, and I'm going to go down to talk with him next week, play a little golf in Florida. And I said, Mr. President, this MAGA movement needs to continue. We need to unite the party. Trump plus is the way back in 2022. He's mad at some folks, but I understand that. My goal is to win in 2022, to stop the most radical agenda I've seen coming out of the Democratic presidency of Joe Biden. We can't do that without Donald Trump, so he's ready to hit the trail, and I'm ready to work with him.
Even he can see that the way the Republicans are now is not how they were 10 years ago. We are sick. I can't say all of us, but I don't know, people like me, everyone I know is sick of establishment Republicans and do-nothing Republicans. I mean, I know there's the do-nothing Democrats, but there are Republicans as well who talk a lot of shit but don't get a lot done. And I think we're done with that. We saw what could be done in a short amount of time with the right, if you have the right mindset, and I don't know, just push for things. Don't back down, and not be working for large corporations behind the scenes. Simple things like that. Trump is the face of the Republican Party, in my opinion. I've never related to anyone in politics before except for him. He says things that make sense, even if they don't sound the brightest. I know he's way smarter than I am. He's been able to predict shit that people can see coming from a mile away. That man is smart. No matter how he speaks or carries himself, he's a smart man. If he runs in 2024, best believe I'm going to be voting for him. Mitt Romney's a clown. Liz Cheney's a clown. All of them. Anyone who's gone against Trump since all of this, even Kevin McCarthy, I used to respect that asshole. He's a fucking clown. He's a clown. And the only reason he's trying to become buddy-buddy with Trump again is so he can try to get the majority. Career politician, only caring about re-election, only caring about his status. We don't like that. No more. I think a lot of Republicans in 2022 are gonna be surprised. They're trying to save their political careers by not siding with Trump, but that's gonna slit their throats. In my opinion, I think that's what's gonna happen. It's a really quick way to lose re-election by saying that, Trump's some evil, demon, racist, riot inciting, Nazi. Amy Klobuchar also went on Chris Wallace. This bitch, whoops. She really needs to stop trying to be funny. She needs to just accept that's not her strong suit and move on. Because I'm sick of seeing her dry ass, boring ass jokes that force people to uncomfortably laugh.
Discuss that, Democratic Senator Amy Klobuchar. And Senator, welcome back to Fox News Sunday.
Thank you, Chris. It's great to be back on and to hear your voice as a host of the show instead of having your interviews used as an exhibit in an impeachment trial. So it's good to be on. Thank you.
Well, thank you for noticing. Thank you for noticing.
She really tried to force this story of we didn't want to do impeachment. We had to. For the country, we had to. You can't convince me of that, Amy. Can't convince a lot of people of that.
What's the fallout from the trial? You heard my discussion just now with Senator Graham. What did Democrats accomplish impeaching and trying Donald Trump for the second time and then seeing him be acquitted for the second time?
Well, Chris, it's really not what we accomplished. This wasn't a matter of convenience right now, as our number one goal is to get this pandemic under control. It's what our republic accomplished, what was the right thing to do for our nation.
She claims that, Democrats really, truly wanted to just deal with COVID, get it under control, get the people help. Why didn't you? According to what Nancy Pelosi said today, there are no limits to, according to the Constitution, in their eyes, there's no limits to when you can prosecute a former president. So why'd you focus on that first?
You can have the case after the person is out of office, so it's an elementary discussion. The Senate rules in that way and honoring a precedent on this. So,
gotta pick one side of that. She indirectly admits this was just to tarnish Trump's name forever. She knew, everyone knew, they didn't have the votes. Maybe Nancy Pelosi thought so, I don't know. But most people knew they didn't have the votes. We knew it was just a show. It was just to get those headlines out there. It was just to make Trump look bad. Obvious, just like the first one. These people don't like him. They want to hurt him anyway. But she indirectly admits, it's going to be in history books forever. Oh, so that's not why you did it? Then why do you sound so gleeful talking about that?
And what this was about to me, Chris, is about not hiding history. This will now be seared in the memory of Americans for generations to come. And what the House managers did was put the case together, as you just discussed with Senator Graham. Put a timeline forward and showed exactly what Donald Trump did. And it resulted, I was disappointed in the result, but it resulted in the most bipartisan vote we've ever seen in an impeachment of a president of the United States.
She tried to make excuses for the fact that they voted to have witnesses and then, just kind of push that away. As they all will, I'm sure, in the next coming days. Just continue to make excuses. Or not even care to, because no one's going to question him on it. I only even got that question because it was Chris Wallace. I mean, he is what he is. but every now and then he throws, he throws conservatives a bone and asks like a semi-hard, normal question you should ask a politician.
If this was so serious and so terrible, why did Democrats back off on calling witnesses? You could have called House Republican leader McCarthy to ask him about his conversation with the president. You could have called Senator Tuberville to ask him about his conversation. You could have called White House aides to ask them about what the president was saying and doing while the riot was going on. But instead, you didn't. Why? How come?
Well, first, let's make clear, I voted for allowing witnesses, but I think in the end, when you look at what people said after the trial, it wasn't more witnesses that were going to change their mind.
When Chris Wallace asked her about Lindsey Graham's statement of Trump's basically, the leader of the Republican Party, she said, no, he's not. She basically said he's irrelevant, and she said it with such hatred, just like Nancy Pelosi. These people live and breathe hatred and bitterness. They just can't let him go, and it's really, truly unhealthy. And these are the people running our country. Scary.
Lindsey Graham makes it clear he thinks that Donald Trump is still a viable and important force in Republican politics. Is he?
No. And that's because, and you can see where the numbers are right now with how he's doing what people think of him across the country. I say no. One, as Mitch McConnell points out, there's a lot of other investigations going on about this man. Two, the American people have now seen clear out what he did. He violated his oath of office in what Liz Cheney called the greatest betrayal of a president's oath of office in history. And those memories and those police officers' screams will be forever etched in the memories of Americans. He is done.
Senator Klobuchar, thank you. Thanks for your time. Always good to talk with you.
Thank you.
So, I just want to let it be known, I might not be making that many videos coming up. I'll probably just be working on my Trump project when I can. There's been some stuff in my personal life that has really just, it's just really more important than this right now. Me and some other mothers are basically tracking down this pedophile who threatened all of our children, and yeah, we're gonna take care of him, make sure he gets locked up if we can. Maybe I'll go more into detail about that some other time, but as of now, it's my life is a little too chaotic for me to be making YouTube videos probably. And if I do, it definitely won't be a long one because I just don't have the time. I'm really focused on getting this guy locked up. Prematurely asking for your forgiveness for my absence. Not like anybody cares, but again, for the one person who does. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it so much. Please give this video a like if you did in fact like it. Feel free to, start a conversation in the comments. I love that shit. I love hearing other people's opinions, and if I left anything out or was wrong about anything, always feel free to let me know, if I missed something. If you feel like subscribing, go ahead, do it. Don't be scared. I will see you guys next time. Bye.